Hi, my name is Chris Olson, and this is my introductory video for Module 1 of EDL 850. A little bit about myself. This is my 8th year teaching. I spent 4 years teaching middle school at Newmarket Middle School in Frederick County, and this is my 4th year at Broadneck Area High School. I have a Bachelor of Science in Technology Education from California University of Pennsylvania. I'm also in charge of Broadneck High School's Robotics Team and Technology Student Association, and as such, we have actually started our own nonprofit, and I'm the president of Broadneck Robotics Club, Inc. A little bit of information about Broadneck High School. We have 2,200 students. This year I'm teaching Foundations of Computer Science, Introduction to Python, Architecture 1 and 2, and an Introduction to Engineering and Foundations of Technology course. Our feeder system has 40,000 people living in the Broadneck Peninsula. And AACPS has us listed as being 13% non-white at my school, 10% farm. MSDE rated us last year as a 4 out of 5 star school. We had an issue with attendance. We had 25% of our student population miss more than 20 days of school last year. And a lot of that is because we're in a pretty well-to-do area where families just decide, it's the school year, but I'm going to take vacation anyway. I'm currently at Fort Hays State University for a master's in instructional technology. Administration in our building does share information quite regularly, but they don't really specify if it's a law or a policy. We undergo a number of trainings every single year, be it in person, in service days, in service before school starts, and we also have online modules that we have to complete every single year. Other than that, administration does send out memos about policies and laws, but they don't really specify if it's a policy or if it's a law. The principals in the county have regular meetings, and when they do come back, they're really good about sharing that information, and they have an open door policy between them and also the special education department, so that if we ever have any questions, we can go ahead and ask. A couple of examples recently and things that are about to happen is we had a big reiteration of mandatory reporting laws because we recently had a student at our school commit suicide a couple of weeks ago. And so they resent out a lot of information to us as teachers, to families in the area, posted a lot of things in the school, crisis hotline numbers and things like that. As part of our readiness training, we're also planning on having a lockdown drill this Friday during the lunch time. So that way there are students in the hallway, students in the cafeteria, and we as staff and students get the experience of what to do if you're in one of those situations. My own knowledge is good, but it's very limited. I know about how to set up a safe environment. I know some of the big things that you learn about in school, Brown versus the Board of Education, IDEA, Title IX, IEPs, and things that I've picked up through training, reporting, classroom policy, safety, anti-bullying, what to do in the case of an accident. And other than that, it's a lot of common knowledge type items, things that you just pick up from your time as a student yourself or by looking at the news, or from your time spent as an educator. I've also learned some other things like HIPAA and FERPA through actually trying to apply to have things be accessible to my students because the tech department needed to know if a website was HIPAA, FERPA compliant. The one thing I'm not very strong on at all is to know what the difference is between, is this a law or is this a policy? Does it come from the federal level, the state level, the local level? So that's one thing that I'm hoping this course can help teach me about. My plan is with this course is this is my first experience taking an educational law course. So I know I'm probably going to learn a lot. Some of this will happen through the course. Some of it will happen through conversations with colleagues. My department chair actually said that I'll really enjoy educational law. He learned a lot during his time with it, so I'm hoping that proves to be the case. Also, peer interaction in the course is going to be a huge way to help learn about educational law. As my opening slide said, you'll never walk alone. And we're all in this together. I know I'm going to learn a lot through the research and completing the post, and I'll probably learn just as much by reading your reflections on things as well. The other thing that I can do in order to help my understanding of educational law is to conduct research once this course is through.